Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and welcome to Oval and Out. Adam Collins with you. Cam Ponsonby with me on a most eventful day here at the Kia Oval. Surrey won the toss, elected to have a bowl here against Somerset. All out 283, but that alone doesn't tell the story of the day. Tom Lammonby, 76 top scoring for the visitors, 62 last man out. Lewis Gregory, the captain for Somerset, 5 for 68 for Jordan Clark, who was immaculate. Cam, give us your sense of what was a fairly wild day at the office.
Weirdly, after it all finished, about even.
Yeah.
For a long part of today, for the most of today, I thought Surrey were well on top. They got Somerset down to 187 for 7. And at that point, we thought it was pretty much 187 for 8 because Sean Dixon had to retire hurt. On the cusp of batting tonight, seeing that day, we've seen so many times over the years here where they bowl out the opposition cheaply, they finish 50 or 60 for no loss, and you think game finished. But with a very chaotic end today where Lewis Gregory, as captain, played a brilliant hand to get 60, lift his team to 280. And I think Somerset will be pretty pleased how it's all ended up.
Yeah, so the chaos started early when Sean Dixon was retired hurt in the second over of play, and then it led towards what turned into a 98-run stand for the first wicket, but the first wicket brought 2 when Vaughan and Abel fell in consecutive overs. There was a collapse either side of T that consisted of 5 for 41 from 24.3 overs, and then 2 hefty partnerships down the list. Josh Davey putting on 62 for the 8th wicket. There with the captain Gregory. Davey wasn't even in the team that was named at the toss because Craig Overton had a back spasm, came out, and then the 33 for the 10th wicket where Gregory took the long handle after Dixon came back with him. So a lot going on, but Cam, let's frame this in the usual way. Yeah. What is your moment of day one here at the Oval?
Right, my moment of day one is Daniel Worrell's dismissal of Tom Lammonby. Lammonby had batted very well for 76, I want to say. Yep. And then Worrell had been coming around the wicket to Lammonby, left-handed, and Lammonby walking a long way across his stumps. Worrell went, I see what you're doing. I'm now going to come over the wicket. Lammonby, first ball that happened, stayed still in his delivery, in his trigger, didn't move anywhere. Second ball, took that massive step across his stumps again. Worrell kind of arrowed a delivery into the base of leg stump, clean bowled. It all looked a bit bizarre, but it was a very clever bit of bowling. All
for history to repeat later in the day when Aldridge fell exactly the same way when Clark saw him across his stumps and pegged his leg stump down as well. Who was your player of the day, Cam?
Player of the day, Jordan Clark, finished with a 5-wicket haul, 4 of which came in the evening session. There was a period in the afternoon between overs 45 and 55 where Surrey got the ball moving enormously. It was swinging everywhere, which was bizarre given how old the ball was. Jordan Clark at that point, although he didn't pick up many wickets, I don't know if he even got any wickets during that period, that was when I thought he was at his best today. He looked unplayable. He had a brilliant battle with, I want to say, Casey Aldridge.
Yep. Tom Banton was probably the best battle that he had earlier on, but Aldridge as well. Yeah, they all count. They're all wickets of his.
Great battles. There were lots of great battles. And then he got his rewards in the evening. 5-wicket haul. He's my player of the day.
Yeah, he was absolutely brilliant. Cameron Ponsonby, what brought you joy today?
Goodness me, what brought me joy? The chaos at the end when Sean Dixon's come out. We didn't know if he was going to bat. He's kind of had to, I would say limp, but there's nothing wrong with his legs. Came out, it became very clear that when he was batting, he was in immense pain, could hardly hold the bat when he defended the ball. Lewis Gregory took the reins, decided, right, time to try, bring out the long handle, cleared the stands on a couple of occasions, and then, this was how bad Dixon's finger was. He couldn't even face one ball. So when there was one ball remaining in the over, Gregory would turn down the single and go, we'll find a way to get myself back on strike next over. The last ball of the penultimate over, Gregory on strike, hits it to Burns at mid-wicket. Dixon set off for a run. There's no chance for a run. So Gregory's like, no, mate, you get back. Dixon turns, the throw from Burns misses, strikes the umpire, who was in the way, had clashed with Dan Worrell, who was backing up. But because it struck the umpire, it then kind of dribbled away. It allowed for the batters to cross. In a space of about 2.5 overs, that was about 35-40 runs. A struck umpire, a batter injured, 6s falling, and then eventually Lewis Gregory got out. That brought me joy.
Yeah, it sort of summed up that final frenetic half an hour or so. What is something that we should be talking about?
Something we should mention today is Gus Atkinson receiving his county cap, a kind of very emotional kind of award at Surrey. It's quite a subjective accolade, basically. It's given to you basically when they deem you've earned it. And the bizarrities, that's the second time I've used that word today, and it doesn't even exist. The oddities of Atkinson's career and the last year of his life is he's been named Wisden Cricketer of the Year. He's had an England debut, Test ton, 5-wicket haul, 10-wicket haul, hat-trick, ICC Test Team of the Year, but had yet to be given his domestic cap, and that happened today at lunch.
Indeed it was, and as you say, big week for him, having been a Wisden Cricketer of the Year and picked up a couple of wickets today. And why should we all tune in to the stream tomorrow?
Sun's out, game's evenly poised. It's the weekend in London, South London, the better half of London. I know you disagree with that. There's no better place to be.
Yep, couldn't agree more with the sentiment. 283 all-out Somerset. So when we get back tomorrow morning, it'll be Rory Burns and Dom Sibley opening the batting. This has been Oval and Out. Enjoy your evenings back here first thing tomorrow. Good night.